Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most mind-bending and potentially world-changing technologies ever conceived: nano-weapons. These microscopic battlefield machines are smaller than a grain of dust, yet they possess the power to reshape warfare as we know it. What was once pure science fiction has slowly crept into reality, where machines invisible to the naked eye could one day fight our wars, eliminate threats, and even alter the balance of global power. So sit back, because this journey into the rise of nano-weapons is going to take us deep into the world of microscopic machines, advanced materials, and the hidden front lines of future warfare. The concept of nano-weapons stems from the field of nanotechnology, the manipulation of matter on an atomic or molecular scale. Imagine machines built atom by atom, capable of performing specific tasks with extreme precision. Scientists and defense agencies have long been fascinated by the idea of creating tiny devices that can detect, destroy, or disable enemies without being seen or heard. These machines operate at a scale of 1/1000th of a meter, giving them the ability to infiltrate environments where traditional weapons can't. They could move through the air, water, or even inside the human body. The potential applications are both terrifying and fascinating. In the early stages, nanotechnology was developed for medicine, energy, and materials science. Researchers were designing nanoparticles that could deliver drugs directly to cancer cells or make stronger, lighter armor for soldiers. But as with many powerful technologies, the military soon saw its potential for war. The idea of building microscopic drones or self-replicating machines that could attack specific targets without any human presence became an irresistible goal. The United States, Russia, and China have all reportedly invested billions in nanoscale military research. The race for nano-supremacy has begun quietly but intensely, hidden behind layers of secrecy and defense projects. One of the most intriguing possibilities of nano-weapons is the creation of nano-drones, machines so small they can fit through a crack in a wall or ride on a gust of wind. These tiny drones could gather intelligence, sabotage enemy systems, or deliver microscopic doses of lethal substances. Some designs even propose swarms of nanobots that work together like a colony of insects. They could surround and disable tanks, jam communications, or infiltrate computer systems. Because of their size, detecting or defending against them would be almost impossible. Imagine a cloud of invisible machines that can silently dismantle an enemy base. That's the scale of change we're talking about. Another dimension of nano-warfare is molecular manipulation. Instead of using bullets or bombs, future wars could use programmable molecules. Scientists are already experimenting with self-assembling nanostructures, materials that can build themselves when triggered by heat, light, or magnetic fields. In a combat scenario, a swarm of nanobots could construct weapons or defenses on demand, adapt to enemy attacks, or even repair damage automatically. This kind of adaptive, self-replicating capability is what makes nano-weapons both revolutionary and frightening. Once released, controlling or stopping them could be impossible. In biological warfare, nano-weapons could change everything. Picture a nanoparticle designed to attach only to specific genetic markers. Such a weapon could, in theory, target an individual or an entire ethnic group with terrifying precision. Scientists have already demonstrated that nanoparticles can interact with DNA and cellular processes. While the goal has been medical, curing diseases, or delivering treatment, the same technology could be weaponized. A microscopic weapon could enter the bloodstream, deliver a toxic payload, and vanish without a trace. It's a kind of warfare where victims might never even realize they were attacked. The ethical implications of such capabilities are immense. A single nanoweapon release could cause irreversible harm not just to people, but to entire ecosystems. Because of their size, nanomachines could easily spread through air or water and multiply in unpredictable ways. The idea of a self-replicating weapon, sometimes called a gray goo scenario, is one of the greatest fears among nanotechnology ethicists. In this nightmare vision, nanobots replicate endlessly, consuming all matter around them as fuel, until they turn the planet into a mass of lifeless dust. Though purely theoretical, it shows how dangerous this field could become if not strictly controlled. Modern military projects are already testing nanomaterials for defense. Lightweight armor built with carbon nanotubes can stop bullets while remaining flexible. Smart fabrics embedded with nanosensors can monitor a soldier's health in real time or detect near-by chemical agents. Nanotechnology can even make camouflage suits that adapt to the surrounding environment. But while these defensive uses are advancing rapidly, offensive applications remain highly classified. The Pentagon, for example, has invested in the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, which explores microscopic robotics for surveillance and attack missions. The results are rarely made public, but reports suggest prototypes already exist. China's research in this area is also accelerating. The Chinese Academy of Sciences has published numerous papers on nanorobotics and nanomaterial-based weapons. Analysts believe that China sees nanowarfare as the next strategic domain after cyber and AI warfare. Meanwhile, Russia has focused on developing nanoexplosives, materials that react with enormous energy at the molecular level, creating powerful blasts with minimal weight. Such weapons could fit in the palm of a hand, yet have the destructive power of traditional grenades. These developments hint at a future where the size of a weapon no longer dictates its power. Beyond direct combat, nanoweapons could revolutionize espionage. Imagine a listening device smaller than a speck of dust, floating into an enemy's conference room unnoticed. Or a nanobot designed to infiltrate computer hardware and alter data at the physical level. In such scenarios, war becomes invisible, fought not on the battlefield, but in the unseen world of atoms and molecules. Traditional notions of borders, defenses, and even soldiers could become obsolete. However, this technology also raises deep questions about control and accountability. If a nation releases a swarm of nanomachines, who ensures they only attack the intended target? How do you retrieve or deactivate something invisible and potentially self-replicating? What happens if a hostile nation hacks your swarm and turns it back against you? These are not theoretical questions. They are the real challenges facing military scientists right now. To prevent disaster, experts are calling for international treaties to regulate nanoweapons, similar to those that ban chemical and biological arms. But the difficulty lies in detection and enforcement. Because nanotechnology can be disguised as civilian research, nations can easily hide military applications behind medical or industrial projects. The dual-use nature of nanotech means it's nearly impossible to separate peaceful and aggressive development. This makes regulation extremely complex and leaves the door open for secret programs to continue under the radar. The psychological impact of nanoweapons could also change warfare. The fear of invisible enemies, machines too small to see or stop, could paralyze populations. Just the threat of a nano attack could cause mass panic, economic collapse, or political instability. In modern hybrid warfare, psychological operations are as important as physical ones. Nano-weapons fit perfectly into this new kind of strategy, where fear itself becomes a weapon. In the future, soldiers might carry nano-shields that deflect bullets, or inject nanomedicines that heal wounds instantly. Commanders might deploy swarms of nano-sentinels to scout and neutralize threats. Entire battlefields could be covered in nanosensors, turning every square inch into a source of data. Wars could be fought faster, more precisely, and with fewer visible explosions, but the destruction could be even greater. It's not hard to imagine a world where entire armies are replaced by self-directing nanoswarms, fighting autonomously in an invisible, silent war. Even in space warfare, nanomachines could play a critical role. Satellites equipped with nanodrones could disable enemy systems or repair themselves mid-orbit. Space debris, often considered harmless, could actually hide weaponized nanobots capable of sabotaging enemy satellites. Because nanotechnology operates on such a tiny scale, it could redefine how nations control the final frontier. The concept of nanospace warfare is already being discussed among defense experts as a real possibility within the next few decades. But for all the excitement, there's also fear. Nanoweapons challenge our moral boundaries. A machine too small to see, programmed to kill or destroy, removes human judgment from the act of war. It creates a new layer of detachment where violence becomes automated, invisible, and untraceable. The line between defense and extermination could vanish completely. This is why many scientists and ethicists are urging caution, arguing that humanity might not be ready for this kind of power. Even if nanoweapons remain theoretical for now, the building blocks are already here. Nanobots can already swim through blood vessels in laboratory experiments. Nanosensors can detect single molecules. Nanomaterials can withstand immense force. The question is not whether nanoweapons can exist, but when they will. As nations compete to stay ahead, secrecy and competition could outpace safety and ethics. Some futurists believe that nanoweapons will mark the end of traditional war. Instead of tanks and missiles, conflicts will be fought with code, swarms, and invisible machines. Others warn that if nano-warfare gets out of control, it could lead to global catastrophe. A single accident, a malfunctioning swarm, or a rogue nation could unleash chaos at the molecular level. Once the microscopic war begins, it might never end. The rise of microscopic battlefield machines is more than just another step in military technology. It's a leap into a new form of existence, where control over matter itself becomes a weapon. Whether it brings peace or destruction depends on how humanity chooses to use it. But one thing is certain, the age of nano-warfare is no longer a dream or a myth. It's quietly unfolding beneath our feet, inside our bodies, and across our skies. And that's where the story of nanoweapons leaves us, on the edge of a new and invisible battlefield. The wars of tomorrow won't be fought by soldiers or machines we can see. They'll be waged by swarms of silent, microscopic machines, carrying out missions beyond human perception. The rise of nanoweapons might redefine everything we know about power, control, and survival. The question now isn't if they will come, but who will unleash them first, and whether anyone will be able to stop them once they do. Thank you for watching, and if you found this deep dive into nanoweapons fascinating, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into the hidden technologies shaping our world and our future.